Open jump shot off the mark.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Back to Teague. Launches a three. Another shot. Boozer, no luck. Nets leading by 10. Outside Thomas. The pass to Smith. From the arc. And that one's good. Well, the problem was clear last year with the Wolves and what they lacked. Interior defense.
Yep.
So many baskets. Clark giving up at the rim by him.
And in transition as well, Kevin. They were in the bottom 3 in points in the paint and fast break points against. Hard to win consistently with those numbers.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Jeff Teague, one of the quickest and most elusive point guards in the NBA. He's incredible in transition, and where he's really improved is in the half court. He's figured out how to carve up defenses off the dribble.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Oden. James comes in for Udonis Haslem. And Caron Butler is subbed in for Miller. From deep, Johnson, shot's good. Johnson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Timberwolves. Brooklyn's going to sublime 4 of 4 from three-point range since we've gotten in here in the second quarter. And Teague, a top-tier penetrator, a nice teardrop in the lane.
And he's an improved passer, too, Kevin. I like the confidence he's starting to play with now. Getting into the lane, he's elite when it comes to the assist-turnover ratio. Point guards are measured by, and he continues to expand his offensive game as well.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Isaiah Thomas is listed at 5'9", but I think he may be a shade smaller than that. Regardless, he's got a strong frame for his size, and he knows how to use it. He shot 6 free throws a game last year because he understands how to get into defenders, and he can play through contact. And he's automatic at the line, well over an 80% free throw shooter.
Carl Landry's checked in for Noah. These teams were last season's best passers, the squads with the most assists in the NBA. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, wonderful passing team, and it was the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish.
Timberwolves trailed by 11. And Thomas so elusive. A lefty. That's always Stephen Edge.
Yeah, he loves to operate in the pick and roll. And, coming through the lane with that left hand, it's tough to block his shot. He's got that good pull-up jumper as well, so he's a tough cover.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Butler on the wing. Smith outside. Rebound, Minnesota.
It's like he's just trying to showcase his range, but he could probably get a better shot in that possession.
Yeah, he sure could. It doesn't do you any good if you miss it from that deep.
Now here's Johnson. 7 points in the game.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Out to Smith. Outside Butler. The three from Thomas, and good on the basket. Booking. Thomas got a pair of triples in the second now for the Nets.
Now he's hit a pair of 3 balls in this quarter, so he's starting to find his range.
Teague against Thomas. Johnson attacking. That's good. Johnson's got 9. And here is Thomas. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City.
And Kevin, don't forget about his playmaking in that game as well. He was wonderful in terms of attacking the defense and figuring out when to shoot and when to find teammates.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's the Nets. They lead by 13. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, I've got Joe, and you started out with a great first half and seemed to have that extra boost in your game tonight. Did you feel you needed to take on a bigger role?
I'm just trying to be more assertive, man, on both ends of the court. You know, I think everybody has to step up, so I'm just trying to do my part.
An assertive Joe is an effective Joe. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Talk about a terrific game for Thomas. He's got 10 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
Nets leading by 13.
The Nets brought in a lot of talent before last season, and even though they had the big-name stars starting, they were actually a very deep team.
On the court for Minnesota, they've got Noah. Teague out there with Johnson. Then there's Carlos Boozer. And it's Tucker in at the 3 spot. The Timberwolves shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Into Johnson. Noah trying to get open. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Teague. 11 points for Joe Johnson. Guys, as you said, the Nets stars got a lot of the attention, but they would go to the bench often, and Steve, it would pay off for them.
Well, they were second in bench minutes played last year and also top 5 in points off the bench. So, you know, this was a deep roster, and it really came through for them.
He had a nice open look right there. 12 points for Isaiah Thomas.
And that's why teams emphasize the use of screens and picks just to get you some open looks like that one.
Here's Teague. Second chance shot. And another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Teague's got 7 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
Now here's LeBron. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Thomas, no good.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Teague left side. LeBron against Johnson. Clock at 6. Here's Tucker. Tries again. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Joakim Noah.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Thomas against Teague. Lets it go with the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
You know, LeBron has an interesting tradition during the playoffs. He turns his cell phone off, stops watching sports television, and instead he watches movies and reads books. That sounds like a good life lesson for all of us.
Minnesota calls timeout. And for LeBron, that tradition started a handful of seasons ago, Clark. We'll even catch him reading books before games.
Well, you know, I've heard it said that all readers aren't leaders, but all leaders read. And LeBron James, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, autobiographies of Malcolm X, Jerry West, and even his friend Jay-Z, he has dedicated himself to expanding his knowledge. That's a good sign.
As you did. You are voracious.
I love to read. I've always loved to read. You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Carter outside. Back to Lopez. Outside, Lynn. They shoot again. It's hauled in by Noah.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot. Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
James kicks to Scola. Trying to get open is Lopez. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
They're going to have to tighten up defensively, guys, because they're really giving up way too many open looks.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Noah with a screen on Lynn. No one near Felton as he lets it go. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. 8 points for Joakim Noah.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Now here's LeBron. Lopez kicks to Lynn. LeBron outside. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, Brook Lopez is a devastating scorer from the right block, and at his size, it's really tough to bother that shot, and really it comes down to whether he makes it or not, and most of the time he makes it.
And for Brook Lopez, the next evolution of his game is improving as a passer from the low block.
Yeah, you know, you have to punish teams for double teaming, and that's how you go from star to superstar, making your teammates better. Lopez has continued to evolve. Hopefully he can stay healthy this year. That's the main thing.
Butler, he's checked in for Luis Scola. Carl Landry's checked in for Minnesota. That one misses.
Brook Lopez managed 17 games last year before needing season-ending surgery on that right foot. That was his 3rd surgery on the foot in less than 2 years. And that's the question. Now, can he stay healthy?
Now here's Gordon. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. They get the rebound. Second shot opportunity. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And for the Nets last season, it seemed that they found their rhythm as a team once Lopez was out. How could that be?
You know, sometimes you lose a key cog in your offense and in your team, and other guys step up. You change how you're playing, and guys get some confidence, and they're all pros now. So when the opportunity knocks, guys are ready to step into that role and fill the gap, and I think that's what happened.
Nets did a great job of winning games they needed to here at home, and it had to do with their shooting.
Yeah, you look at some of the split stats, and the Nets were an elite shooting team when they were at home.
And both free throws good for Landry.
As you said, the Nets shooting their way to most victories here at Barclays. 28 home wins on the year for them.
LeBron outside. He dishes it to Lynn. Into Lopez. Stolen by Landry. Here is Felton. And it's good.
And those 28 home wins for the Nets was the 3rd best mark in the Eastern Conference. It really shows you just how tough they were to beat in this building.
Now here's James. Into Brook Lopez. The 10-footer. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Lopez has got 13.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Landry against Lopez. Landry with a screen for Felton. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
46 seconds left in the 3rd. Felton kicks to Landry. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power.
Ron right side. Butler kicks to James. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. James has got 5.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Landry, a screen on Lynn. Gordon for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. And the dunk by James.
And the shooting percentage continues to climb. Guys, here in the second half, they're on fire.
Steve, I like the collective focus since halftime. Good